tell me what to say.
Hello, and welcome to another exciting new episode of Serious Nibbage with SB Ray Brown and
Gourmet Pants.
Anyway, and today we will be discussing not so much a pen as a nib. And that nib is nothing else than the new and fancy Kaweco Gold nib. So where Kaweco used to make steel nibs, they now have also launched solid gold nibs. And when they say solid gold, they mean 14 karat. It says 14K 585, so 58.5% gold content. And they come, you see it? Yeah. And they come in a bunch of nibs, ranging, as I understand it, from extra fine, fine, medium, broad to double broad. But no calligraphy.
This is a double broad.
This is a double broad.
Just in
And I
case.
put it on a Kaweco student. Now, the pens are designed to be, the nibs are designed to be used with specific pens, some of the higher end Kaweco pens.
Because it comes as with your nib and feet in the little unit.
Exactly, a unit with a nib collar. However, I think that if you just pull the nib and feet from the collar, which is possible, you can put it on a Kaweco Sport Classic too. For which it is not designed, you could do that. And as I understand it, the nibs will cost 55 euros.
Yeah, approximately. So, yeah, give or take, right?
Yeah.
That could vary a little, but
yeah, could vary. That's what we understood. Okay, now what were your first impressions of the nib?
Well, the nib arrived in this little housing thing to protect it.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming it's going to be different when it's full retail, because this was given to us to review as a sample. So, the nib itself is very pretty. It was very polished. It was very clean. And what I noticed instantly was that the double broad of this was definitely more double broad looking than my steel.
Yeah, look at the tipping. It's a lot of tipping.
So I'm just talking about the nib. I'm ignoring the pen because it was not a pen.
Exactly. We're not talking about any pen today. We're just talking about the nib.
Yeah. So I was already quite excited about it, since it was so broad, and I was like, "Ooh, it's gonna be exciting." So yeah.
My first impressions were good too. Indeed, I don't think you buy this for the packaging. It's just a nib. You buy to put it on a pen. Yeah. And that's what you do.
Sorry, I'm hungry.
And that's but very interesting, and then I put it on the pen and I was very impressed. But let's talk about writing performance in just a bit. Now, what makes it special?
Well, it's the first time that Kaweco has launched gold nibs.
A solid gold nib, because they have done gold plating.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
That's cosmetic. Yeah. This actually is made of solid gold.
So it definitely makes it special, I would say. And it's also, like all Kaweco designs, very adaptable to their existing designs. Like you could put it on their other pens.
Bunch of pens. DR2, nice. Student, all-rounder, not in the Elite, because it has a bigger nib. Yeah. All the different AC Sport and the Art Sport and all those pens. So it's definitely, if you buy this one, you have a couple of Kaweco pens, you can put on all your pens. So you buy one nib, you can put them on a lot. Yep. What was your writing experience like?
Well, inked up. It was not flushed or anything. And instantly, this bad boy wrote. And it was very smooth, good flow, nice. It's not a gusher, but it is wet. It is a little juicy. It is soft, not flexible or anything, but of course I always test that. And if you do push it, it will railroad, but that's totally normal. It did give it gives that really nice soft experience, which that's what I enjoy about. Usually what I enjoy about gold nibs, which a lot of gold nibs give. Not all, but some of them. Yeah, a lot. And the only thing I found was on very smooth paper, it was skipping slightly. So it is possible that it's slightly over polished, but
bear in mind this was the double broad.
So it is the double broad. Yes. And I kind of use smooth paper on purpose. I mean, I kind of do that in my reviews to test it. So, but even so, it was not that bad. It was just, I would go to write, there would be nothing, and then I would just kind of touch it to the paper, and then the ink would flow instantly. So it was not an ink flow issue. It was just that it was just sitting there waiting, if that makes any
Yep.
sense. But despite that, that did not turn me off the writing experience at all. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I love it way more than the steel double broad. It's a true double broad.
Yeah, I agree. Very pleasant writing experience. I have a soft spot for the Kaweco brand. I think they make nice pens, foldable pens, pens that write well. It's nice that you have extra fine to double broad nib options in the steel steel nibs or the gold-plated steel nibs. It's really cool to see them launch a gold nib,
Yes.
and one that writes as well as this one does.
Mm-hmm.
I was very pleasantly surprised. Very pleasant writer. Because it yields a little bit as you write, it really brings out the shading in inks, for example,
Yeah.
making for a very lovely, soft, smooth writing experience.
I forgot to mention, it is slightly stubbish,
Yeah, it has a very
which
soft
is
style.
even nicer because it makes your writing very expressive.
Yes, you get a
So-
little bit of a very minor stub quality,
It's nice.
which is rather
It's
nice.
really nice.
What do you love about it?
Well, I think it's a fantastic nib.
Yeah.
It was very pleasant, and kind of like what I talked about in my writing experience. It was just, it performed very well. And again, I can, the couple hard starts on the smooth paper, I really have no issues with that, because on all other papers it performed just fine. And the writing experience that I got from it on all other papers easily outweighs the hard starting,
Yeah.
and it was not even that bad of a hard start. I'm just mentioning it because I'm being totally
Yeah.
open. So
honest.
I think, and also it's very attractive. It's a very
it's
pretty
simple,
nib.
but I mean, it really looks like the other Kaweco nibs.
It does, but it
But
looks
what I
really
like
gold
is-
as a gold. It looks really good.
It's not laser engraved. This is actual engraving of the Kaweco logo, which is very cool.
I think it's pretty.
Well, my experiences really reflect yours. Very pleasant, good, soft writing, nice, smooth. I've had very, very little skipping issues, so that's really nice. As I said, versatile. I can put it on a bunch of pens. I very much love the nib from the first moment I used it. Anything you hate about it or strongly dislike?
Why don't you? Wow.
Well, the one thing I will say about it is that it's 55 euros. And that is not, I think, such a big deal if you consider the amount that some pen manufacturers charge for an upgrade to steel nibs, sometimes 150
You mean gold
euros.
nibs, Yeah.
So yes, to gold nibs, 150 euros. I have seen that on brands. I think, for example, Diplomat does that. So that's a really big jump. On the other hand, bear in mind, if you buy, for example, I mean, I know it's not designed for Kaweco Sport, but you're talking about $25 pen, and you add $55 for a nib, you could wonder whether that's really worth it. On the other hand, there are cheaper models like this Student, for example, on which it should fit
Well, it does
without
fit.
any issues. You can just screw in the nib unit, so that does work. It's an addition to the price, but I think, as the CAD does, that it would be an addition that's worthwhile. And I really can't find anything I hate about this nib.
Yeah, me neither.
And bear in mind, this is a nib.
For-
It's not a pen, so it's not a finish or whatever you can dislike.
Yeah.
It's just a nib. But as a nib, it does what it's supposed to do. It writes. It writes
Yeah,
well.
and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I love the double broad.
Yes.
It is a
very good.
really nice double broad.
Bear in mind, we have not tried broad, medium, fine, and extra fine. So I
I
can't
don't know why
talk
you do
about
that. Why would you do that? You
Well,
should only be getting
some
the double
people like
broad.
really fine nibs, but
So odd. No, I'm just
we
kidding.
can talk about this.
Yeah.
Would you buy it?
Definitely.
Yeah, me too. I would definitely buy this to upgrade a pen. I know it's a bit of money.
I really want
Not
to
that
put it
there's
on
anything-
my Skyline Sport.
Yeah, sure. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with the steel nibs, because those are nice too, but this
No.
does add to
This
writing
gives you that
performance.
softness.
Yeah. And it will transform your pen from a very nice pen to something that really feels like a much more expensive high-end pen,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, definitely.
That's not bad 55.
I find it just lovely.
The question is it or is it not serious nibbage?
Ha! I beat you!
Blast. I think
Oh.
it's serious nibbage.
Sorry.
Sorry, Kat. It's
Don't yell in my ear.
it writes well, it's smooth, well behaved. I mean, that's all you can ask for in a nib, I would say. And
Yeah.
it delivers.
Yeah.
So
And
well done.
it's not some, random unheard of brand. It's Kaveco.
Yes.
We know Kaveco, and they're reliable, and we almost all of us have either used one or seen one or heard of them. So they're pretty
Yep. It's cool.
they're pretty well known.
Well-
Yes, serious nibsage. Yes, meow meow.
This cat has an extremely small brain, as you can see from the vacant look in her eyes.
Yeah, and the thing is, she hasn't struggled yet. She's still just sitting here.
Anyway, no cats were harmed in the production of this video.
Thank you to Sebastian and
Yes,
Kaveco for
yes. Thanks a lot for
allowing
sending
us to
them in.
review this.
We very much enjoyed it. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Serious Nibbage. If you have any requests for future pens to cover here, let us know in the comments below.
And
if you like it, hit the like button.
Wow, that was intense. And if you don't like it, don't know how you gotten this far without, being super bored, but
Go away.
yeah, don't do that. Don't get people ideas. But yes, if you do like us, please do give us a thumbs up, because
Yes.
not that we want the ego boost, but it is nice to know that you guys enjoy it, because
Yes, because that
it's nice.
gives us motivation to continue.
Yeah, especially me.
Well, that's good. We hope this was useful, and
We will see you later.
Probably.
Sorry, I'm hungry. I'm sorry. We'll see you later.
bye!
Bye.
Sound test.
Banana phone. Boop boop ba doop ba doop. Ring 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 ring. Banana phone. It's for you.
Go away.
That's very rude.